Seventh graders, today we're working on lesson 6.2.1, solving equations. Please write your title down and open your book. Make sure you have your homework out and that's already been checked. Once you're ready with all of that, then you can press play on my video again. Six point 2.1, what values make expressions equal? Solving equations. In the last section, you figured out how to determine what values of x make one expression greater than another. In this lesson, you will study what can be learned about x when two expressions are equal. As you work today, focus on these questions. What if both sides are equal? Is there more than one way to simplify? What values of x will make the expressions equal? Our first problem is 648, choosing a price plan. Sandeep works at a bowling alley that currently charges players $3 to rent shoes and $4 per game. However, his boss is thinking about charging $11 to rent shoes and $2 per game. If a customer rents shoes and plays 2 games, will he or she pay more with the current price plan or the new price plan? Show how you know. Okay, I would like you to pause the video and try this problem on your own first before I go over an explanation. Pause the video, play when you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to start with the current price plan. Call it CPP, current price plan. Okay, so if players are charged $3 to rent shoes and I play 2 games, so I'm going to rent shoes, that's going to be $3, and then $4 per game. I'm going to have 2 games, so I would have $4 plus another $4. And then for each game it's $4. So I'd have to add $4 2 times. So total, if I wanted to play a game, that would end up costing me $11. Because I only pay for shoes once, and then I pay for the 2 games that follow. Then on the new price plan, I pay for shoes once, that's $11, and then I pay $2 per game. Then I'm going to add $2 for the first game and $2 for the second game. So total for the shoes and 2 games of bowling, that would be $15. So in this case, the question is asking, will he or she pay more with the current price plan or the new price plan? And my answer for A would be he or she would pay more with the new price plan. Okay. B says, if the customer bowls 7 games, which price plan is cheaper? So I'd like you to pause the video again and try that one on your own. So this time she's bowling 7 games, which price plan would be cheaper? Pause the video, play when you're ready. For your 2 equations, hopefully you did something like I did. So for the current price plan, I'm going to pay $3 for shoes, and then I'm going to play 7 games at $4 each. So that would mean I pay $3 for shoes, and then total for my games I'm going to pay $28, and that will bring me to a total of $31. Then for the new price plan, I pay $11 for shoes, plus 7 games at $2, so that would be $14. And 11 plus 14 would give me 25. So in this instance, the cheaper price plan would be the new price plan. So the new price plan would be cheaper. So as you can see that when I only bowled 2 games, I had to pay more with the new price plan, but as I play more games, then I pay less with the new price plan. I'm going to do problem 649. Will they be equal? Sandeep decided to represent the 2 price plans from problems 648 with the expressions below, where x represents the number of games bowled. Then he placed them on the expression mat shown at right. So I see my expression mat over here. So the original price is $4 and X is the number of games. So $4 times however many games you play plus $3 for shoes. The new price plan is $2 times however many games you play plus $11 for shoes. Are his expressions correct? Find both the original and new prices when X equals 2 and then again when X equals 7. Did you get the same prices that you found in problem 646? So you're going to go back and you're going to plug in 2 for X in the original price and 7 for X and find your true answers. Then you're going to plug in 2 for the new price on the new price and then 7 for X for the new price. So I would like you to pause the video and do that on your paper. Once you have that done, you can play the video again. I work for A. So I plugged in 2 for the original price, then I plugged in 7 in the original price, and I got 11 and 31. And those are the same that I got for my last problem. And then I plugged in 2 in the new price and 7 in the next price. And this should be 25. And in both of those, I got the same answers as my previous page 2. So do the same price. Did you get the same prices? My answer here would be yes. B. Sandeep then simplified the expressions on the mat. What steps did Sandeep take to simplify the mat at this point? So I start with this mat, and then I end with this mat here. So I see that I end up with only 2 X's here, no X's on the other side. I end up with no units on A, and then I end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units on B. So to get from B, from the original to now this mat, I would guess that he simplified 2 X's from mat A with 2 X's from mat B, and that would get rid of my X's here as it shows in B, and I would end up with 2 X's on mat A as it shows here. Then to get rid of my units, he must have canceled 3 on mat A with 3 on mat B to end up with his units on his new mat B. So that would be for B. C says Sandeep noticed that for a certain number of games, customers would pay the same amount no matter which price plan his boss used. That is, he found a value of X that would make 4X plus 3 equal to 2X plus 11. How many games would that customer bowl? What was the price he paid? So you need to find out where X would equal both sides. For this problem, you're going to need to solve for X because you need to find out what X is when both problems equal each other. So I could do guess and check, but a better way would be to use algebra and solve for X. So I'm going to say 4X plus 3 equals 2X plus 11. So this is the same thing you should have in your paper. And now I'm going to solve for X. So the way I solve for X is to get X by itself. I'm going to choose to move X to the larger side. So 4X is larger than 2X. So I'm going to move numbers around so X is by itself on the left. To get X by itself, the first thing I'm going to do is subtract 3, which undoes the 3. So a positive 3 and a negative 3 equals 0. So I'm going to subtract 3 from the left, which means I also need to subtract 3 from the right. On the left, I'm going to end up with 4X equals 2X. And then I have 11 minus 3 is 8. Okay. So now I have 4X equals 2X plus 8. Now I'm going to move the X's all to one side. So I'm going to subtract 2X from the right because a positive 2X and a negative 2X would cancel each other out. So on the left, I'd end up with 2X equals, and then I have 8 left on the right side. Okay, now I have 2X. I need to just find out what X is. So the way I'm going to do that is divide 2X by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. so that will give me x. And then I also have to divide the right side by 2. So on the left, my 2 and 2, 2 divided by 2 will be 1, so I'm left with 1x equals 8 divided by 2 is 4. So x I know is the number of games. So we talked about that represents the number of games bowled. So C is asking how many games would that customer bowl. So C, my answer would be 4 games. And then it says what was the price paid. So if x is equal to 4, and that will make both sides equal, I'm going to plug 4 into x. So I could take any equation and put 4 in for x because they should be equal and find out what that price paid would be. So 4 times 4 is 16. So that's for the games, plus $3 for shoes, that would be $19. And that should be equal to 2 times 4 games, plus $11 for shoes. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 11, and that would also be 19. So back to C, what was the price he paid? It would be $19. And my explanation is the work I did below. So as long as you did the work below, that would be your explanation. Then I get to D. The value of x you found in part C is called a solution to the equation 4x plus 3 equals 2x plus 11 because it makes the equation true. Both sides will equal each other. That is, it makes both expressions have the same value. Is x equals 6 also a solution? How can you tell? So if I think about this, it would mean that if I put 6 in for x, that both sides would be equal. However, I just did the work to show that x is equal to 4. If I have x equal to 6, that would not be a solution because then I would end up with different answers on each side. To prove that, let's put 6 in for x. So I have 4. I'm actually going to type this so it goes a little quicker. So if I have 4 and I put 6 in for x plus 3, they're asking if that equals 2 times 6 plus 11. I have 24 plus 3 equals 12 plus 11, and I want to see if those are equal to see if that's a solution. 24 plus 3 is 27, and 11 plus 12 is 23. So those are not equal to each other. So for my answer for D, I would say no, x equals 6 is not a solution. X can only be equal to 4. There can't be more than one solution for this because x has to be equal to 4 in order to make that expression true. Okay, 650 I would like you to do on your own, and when you have all of the problem finished, you can play the video again and I will show you my answers. So do A, B, and C. A, you needed to build this expression mat on your paper. For B, you need to record the equations, so I started with 3 x's plus 2 positives plus 1 negative on the left, plus x equals x plus 6 plus negative 1 on the right. Then if I simplify, I end up with 2x on the left equals 4 on the right, and to find x, I would divide 2x by 2 and 4 by 2 to find out what 1x is, and x should be equal to 2. Now, after you finish the video and all of your notes are finished, you can ask your homework for the homework 54 through 59. Have fun with your homework tonight.